What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Frank Warren. Frank Warren says that Joshua knows the danger that he's in against Danny Dubois. He says Joshua knows the danger. He says that Joshua sparred him. We've heard two different versions of the story. And that's one of the reasons why I signed Danny Dubois, based on what I was told about what he did to Anthony Joshua while sparring him. And those are the words of Frank Warren. And let me counterpunch. First of all, that makes sense. Because like I've always told you guys about Frank Warren signing and promoting the idea of Danny Dubois being a superstar, was for his whole general alternative and plan and plot to make Danny Dubois a Queensberry version of Anthony Joshua. They needed someone that was clean cut. They needed someone that was big. They needed someone that could knock out people. So they needed a person that had a knockout percentage. They needed a particular image at Queensberry that they didn't have. If you think about what I'm saying, sure, you had Tyson Fury. He doesn't fit the bill. He's all over the place. Who else? Joe Joyce? No. Was Derek Chisora there at one point in time? You know, none of those guys fit the bill of a clean-cut, younger guy that they could make or turn into a star, okay? They needed a Queensberry version of AJ. There you go, Danny Dubois. So based on what Frank has just admitted, Frank's like, look, we signed him because of what he did to AJ. So it was really around AJ and finding an alternative for AJ, a foil for AJ, someone that they could challenge AJ with eventually. So they got exactly what they were looking for years on down the line. You see what I mean? Like he said, that was one of the reasons we signed him. Well, if that's the case, you signed a guy based on what you were told versus what you know, and he didn't know. So they're hoping and wishing that Danny Dubois did that to Anthony Joshua. So hopefully he can duplicate what they heard he did in a championship fight. And this is a championship fight. It's the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the world. That's what they're gunning for. And Frank Warren just pretty much let the cat out of the bag. Now, that's big because that shows motive. Okay? Just like I explained you, it showed you that they were looking for somebody to replace AJ. And they found it. Someone that's 26 years of age. He's been in there with Usyk. He's been in there with Joyce. He's been in there with Miller. He's been in there with Hrgovic. He's been in there with Gordon. He's been in there with a lot of guys by now. You know, so they need someone at Queensberry that can take over where Tyson Fury, when he gives and leaves and says deuces, or when Anthony Joshua retires on the other end, on the competitive end with Matchroom, they need someone that's going to stand the test of time. Okay, they're going to need someone like that. Possibly to fight someone like Parker, because Parker's still going to be around for a while. Maybe, maybe not. He may retire early, but he's young enough to. Okay, so it shows you where Frank's saying, well, yeah, Joshua knows the danger. He's saying that, hey, we've heard that Danny Dubois took it to AJ. We heard he dropped AJ. We heard it knocked out AJ. So let's hope those things are true so he can do the same thing in that ring come September 21st. But you guys tell me what you think of Frank Warren admitting that he signed, or one of the main reasons he signed Danny Dubois was because of what he heard in sparring with Anthony Joshua, knowing how and who Anthony Joshua signed to, Matchroom. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!